Here's more wrestling news for February 10th, 2026. Your headlines for this afternoon include why Roman Reigns is absent for the rest of February, Triple H nearly confronted CM Punk over remark, real-life heat fueled Roman Reigns CM Punk promo, spoiler, WWE's plans for another WrestleMania 42 match revealed, WWE pays tribute as longtime WWE talent passes away, and more. WWE's latest promotional poster may have quietly revealed more than just Roman Reigns' upcoming appearances. Ahead of this week's Raw, WWE released a graphic listing every confirmed date for Reigns leading into WrestleMania 42, including the final Raw before the two-night event. But if you look closely at the schedule, there's a noticeable gap. Reigns is not advertised for the remainder of February 2026, signaling that another short break may already be built into his calendar. That limited schedule has been a talking point among fans for years, and it resurfaces now at a critical time, right after one of the most intense promo exchanges of the year. Last week on Raw, Reigns went face-to-face with CM Punk and delivered a line that instantly caught fire online. When he told Punk he hated him, the moment felt less scripted and more personal, and Kevin Nash agrees. Speaking on the Click This podcast, Nash didn't hold back in praising the segment. To be honest, it was the reason to watch Raw Monday night. That was the best thing on the show. Did you watch Monday? You see Roman get up in his face, and when he told him that he hated him, that was real. When Roman said to him basically, yeah, you took your ball and went home for 10 years, done. Nothing you can say. For Nash, the intensity wasn't just good television, it brought back memories of very real backstage tension between Punk and WWE management years ago. Nash ultimately gave the Roman Reigns vs. CM Punk WrestleMania clash an A grade, calling it the only thing on Raw that truly mattered, and saying the story practically writes itself. Now the bigger question becomes timing. With Reigns advertised for select appearances and potentially stepping away again for the rest of February, WWE appears to be stretching out the build carefully, maximizing impact while protecting the mystique. The Lucha Mask drama that first exploded at the Royal Rumble and then spilled over into AAA now appears to be heading straight for WrestleMania 42. What started as a character dispute between two versions of El Grande Americano has evolved into something much bigger. With both personas gaining traction in different markets, WWE is reportedly ready to turn the identity clash into a full-scale WrestleMania showdown. According to WrestleVotes, WWE sees major value in the match and is fully committed to making it part of the biggest show of the year. WWE sees the money here. This is making the Mania card. It's a surefire WrestleMania match. It makes the WrestleMania card either way. With Chad Gable now back from injury, and the company leaning into the mask as a legacy-style identity rather than a short-term gimmick, the Americano storyline has shifted from comedy curiosity to serious rivalry. The cross-promotional tension with AAA has only added fuel to the fire, especially with the character dynamic playing out differently in the United States and Mexico. If the report holds true, WrestleMania could feature a rare mirror match, Americano vs. Americano, where pride, identity, and legacy all hang in the balance. And if this ends in a mask versus mask stipulation, the stakes would instantly skyrocket. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. WWE is mourning the loss of one of its most respected behind-the-scenes leaders. Jim Shank, a longtime member of WWE's production team, passed away this past Friday following a lengthy battle with colorectal cancer. He was just weeks removed from celebrating his 60th birthday. Shank joined WWE in November 1999 and built a remarkable 26-year career with the company. Over time, he rose through the ranks to become Technical Operations Manager, a critical role that placed him at the center of WWE's live event production, broadcast logistics, and technical execution. While fans may not have seen him on camera, his fingerprints were on countless shows, premium live events, and WrestleMania productions over the years. Last year, as his health declined, friends and colleagues within WWE rallied around him in a powerful show of support. A GoFundMe campaign launched on his behalf raised more than $200,000 to help cover the cost of a new therapy he had begun undergoing. The fundraiser drew widespread backing from within the company, including a reported $122,000 donation from Vince McMahon, along with contributions from numerous current and former WWE executives and staff members. His passing marks a significant loss for the WWE production family. Our thoughts are with Jim Shank's family, friends, and everyone at WWE during this difficult time. After generating buzz with his surprise appearance in the 2026 Royal Rumble, there was immediate speculation about when the powerhouse would officially land on a brand. Although Royce Keys was reportedly backstage at the February 2nd episode of Raw, he was not used on the show, and his name did not appear on the internal SmackDown run sheet last week, raising questions about WWE's rollout plan. Now, according to WrestleVotes, that wait is nearly over. The report states that Royce Keys is expected to appear on this week's episode of SmackDown in Dallas, Texas. If that holds true, it would mark his first official televised appearance since the Rumble and formally establish him on the Blue brand. With WWE clearly taking a measured approach to his debut, all eyes will be on how he's introduced, and more importantly, who stands across the ring from him first. Kevin Nash is shedding light on just how real the tension once was between CM Punk and Triple H, and according to him, it went far beyond storyline drama. Speaking on his Click This podcast, Nash revisited an incident from the early 2010s when things reportedly turned personal. The situation stemmed from Punk allegedly going off script and taking a verbal shot at Stephanie McMahon during a promo, something that didn't sit well backstage. Nash explained that he was originally scheduled to wrestle Punk after costing him the championship, but that plan quickly changed once Triple H found out about the unscripted remark. When I was supposed to wrestle CM Punk after I cost him the belt, he said something that pissed off Paul about something with him and Stephanie, and it wasn't on script, and it pissed Paul off. According to Nash, Triple H didn't hesitate to respond. Paul came back and basically said, "You're not wrestling Punk, I am. I'm beating." Nash emphasized this wasn't just storyline heat, it was personal. He was that hot, and it wasn't like Paul being a character. It was like, oh, okay, you want to pull them out and measure them? Here we go. On that. At the time, the animosity was very real, but what makes the story more interesting is how dramatically things have changed. Punk is now back in WWE, working at the top of the card, and reportedly on good terms with Triple H. I know how much Paul cares for him now, and what it took to bring him back. That relationship is real. Nash also pointed out that this kind of turnaround isn't unusual in the wrestling business. Personal issues can run deep, but business can mend fences just as quickly. That's what people don't understand that aren't in the business. You can have that kind of effing heat with somebody 10 years ago, but man, when you gotta make money and make music together, quickly that dissolves. What was once a volatile backstage feud has seemingly evolved into a working partnership built on a mutual benefit and maybe even mutual respect. Ava, whose time with WWE came to an abrupt end when she shared on social media that she had chosen not to renew her contract. Though she had a brief in-ring run, the majority of Ava's WWE tenure was as general manager of NXT, but not everyone is sad to see the back of the daughter of The Rock. On his Jim Cornette Experience podcast, Jim Cornette made his views on Ava known as only he can, making clear that he feels she never should have been in WWE in the first place. It's probably best, because I'm sure that many people were nice to her, to her face, and didn't want to be rude or whatever, either because they liked her personally, or they didn't want to make her father mad. But no, she had no business on a fucking wrestling show doing any goddamn thing. She didn't need to be on television. Since she'd been on the air, people decided to quit breathing it. When she walks into a bank, they turn off the cameras. These are harsh words to be sure, but on his podcast, Cornette argued that fans would have also been harsh to Ava and never given her a chance due to her family ties. He added, "Can I stress more how she doesn't need to be on television? And the fans were never going to give her a break because she was obviously a Nepo hire. Again, they were trying to be nice in every way to The Rock, but that's not fair to the girl. That's not fair. When sometimes these people get put in these positions, they can't win. They're not going to be any good." Whether fans would have given her a break, we'll never know for certain now, and Ava has made clear her WWE run is over and is even selling the outfits she wore in NXT. With both her parents major parts of $7 Productions, Ava may not be out of work for long, but whatever's next for her, it won't be related to WWE. A Golden Lovers reunion was closer than fans realized, but a devastating injury changed everything. During the February 2nd episode of Being the Elite, Nick Jackson confirmed that AEW had concrete plans in place for Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi to team together again. The long-anticipated Golden Lovers reunion was scheduled for just a few months ago, before Ibushi suffered a broken femur that forced the company to pivot. A match that never happened. The Golden Lovers, Ibushi, it was actually supposed to happen pretty recently, but he had a really bad leg break. We were supposed to do Kenny and Ibushi a couple of months ago. You guys tell me, we ended up doing a 6-man tag instead. That brief reveal marked the first public acknowledgement that AEW had officially slotted the Golden Lovers for a tag match. Instead, Creative had to rework the situation into a 6-man tag to adjust for Ibushi's absence. The injury itself was serious. A broken femur is one of the most difficult setbacks an athlete can face, and Ibushi was reportedly told recovery could take up to 2 years before returning to full competition. Still, he's already begun rebuilding strength, sharing updates of kettlebell training as he works toward regaining stability and explosiveness in the ring. Even with that progress, Ibushi has made it clear he isn't rushing back prematurely. If and when the Golden Lovers reunite inside an AEW ring, it'll be on his terms and done the right way. WWE once came close to reviving Tough Enough with a major twist, an all-female edition designed to reward a full-time contract to a new diva. That detail was revealed by NWA Women's Tag Team Champion Valentina Rossi during a recent interview on the Wrestling Classic. Rossi shared that she was involved in casting for a WWE-backed reality competition that ultimately never made it to air. According to Rossi, the concept closely mirrored Tough Enough, but featured only female competitors. The winner of the season would have earned a WWE Divas contract, similar to how past versions of the show helped launch careers such as The Miz. So then I saw this casting call for a reality show, and it was through WWE. It never ended up happening, but it was kind of like Tough Enough, except it was all females, and it was a competition show, and whoever made it to the end won a Divas contract. And I was like, oh man, that's gonna be so cool. Rossi said that she progressed through the entire casting process before learning that the project had been scrapped shortly before filming was set to begin. WWE's Tough Enough franchise has remained dormant since 2015, and Rossi's account suggests the company came closer than previously known to reviving the concept, albeit in a reimagined form. Ultimately, the project was shelved before reaching production. Would you have been interested in an all-female version of Tough Enough, or do you think WWE has moved past the reality competition format? For all of our subscribers, don't miss the 9 a.m. Eastern video we dropped earlier today. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.